What's up, fellas? All right, today this one was sent to me by a subscriber. Today they just dropped the cost on this, but I wanted, I buy the thumbnail, you already know, but it is a carbon package. They call it the carbon performance package for the ZL1. Now this is cooler than you guys think. It's crazy money, but it serves a purpose, and I'm going to explain to you and break it down here in just a little bit why it costs what it does. In theory, this is all off the cuff, but I'm telling you, I know you're gonna see a bunch of complaining about this, but I'm telling you that this is cooler than you know, because this is the first time I've seen GM do this. As far as everything has been in the past, pretty much once a car is discontinued, everything, it's 10 years and then they stop making parts for it, and the car is totally forgot about. It's in the books and it's completely written off. This is the first time I've ever seen GM come back and retrofit a kit, especially for Camaro. That's super cool, and I'm telling you, I'm going to give GM big respect for this one, because I think that this is badass, and I understand what it is, looking back at it. Pretty much, GM wrote this article. This is the article that was sent to me, and it's nothing more than a carbon. So basically, you're going to be getting the ZL1 1LE front, kind of the front splitter. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but it has these air end caps, winglets. Yeah, if I can't get back in your face, the winglets, that the end caps, they're awesome. Simply because they create like an air curtain without having the canards, and you still get to keep your daytime running lights, the vertical running lights, which I sucked when I did the ZL1 1LE conversion on my front bumper. You're going to see, I think just the front bumper alone, I can't remember, but it was up there. Go back and look at the video, but I want to say it was almost $4,000 to do. Now, this is better, and I'll explain to you. A lot of aftermarket companies that make these composite carbon fiber pieces or whatever, they felt like crap. I mean, I don't care what anybody says, it's junk. I know personally on my car, I was missing like a handful, not half a handful of screws, simply because the bolt holes didn't line up. Anderson Composites, I'm gonna call it what it is, because people, save your money, man, because I guarantee you, if you buy this kit will bolt up and it will fit like OE. There's been hours and hours and hours of research, fitment testing done on this. This is gonna be, if you're gonna do like a carbon kit on your ZL1, this is the way to go. I promise you. You might need to take out a small loan to get it done, but nonetheless, if you're gonna do it, this is the way to go. I'm telling you. Okay, so going back to when I did my front end conversion, the canards were true fiber, which, I think for the canards alone, I paid like $600 or something. True fiber was okay because they do, on top of that epoxy resin, they do put an automotive grade clear coat, so it is UV stable, so it's not going to be. So that was one less cost. But the Anderson Composites, I had to go back and pay a body shop to spray them with clear coat, but sand them down, spray them, and buff them. It's a cost added on top of. And also, I'm going to tell you that the Anderson Composites, like I said, 75. It had 75% of the bolt holes that the original lip had. Wherever there were clips, the Anderson Composites had little just piece of shit fold over metal tabs. No, I'm telling you, if I didn't go through, drill, and put holes in this thing, and I can't remember if I used any silicone or any kind of glue on it or whatever, but for sure at like 150, 200 miles an hour, I don't know if I trust it. And on top of it, let's see here. I'm gonna put, boom, we'll just add it back in. Here are the prices for, so if you just go into andersoncomposites.com and look up prices, you know, a replica hood in all carbon fiber, $4,000. This one right here is the one that kind of pissed me off a little bit. Rubbed me wrong. $1,200. I don't understand this for the hood insert because it's the OEM hood insert. Like, what is so special? Because when the original piece from GM, they only charged me $600 when I was building the car. So this is the kind of crap that really burns me as a consumer. I hate to see, oh, okay, it's got the under tray for so it's a two-piece deal. So 600 for the top, 600 for the bottom. Yeah, still not worth it. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Go to GM. Go to GM and buy, because the underside tray you're gonna get is, it's either stamped steel or aluminum. But you know, either way, I would definitely trust steel for the underhood temps. A lot more so than I would carbon fiber. If you're in it for the looks or whatever, you can go this way. But I'm telling you, what GM's going to sell you is going to be better on fit, and it's going to be, I hate to say, it's better on price. That's crazy to say. So anyways, going back to what this kit is. So pretty much when they designed this kit, they wanted to make something that is going to help the ZL1. And I am going to build on this as they want to get, I think the goal was to get, I'll screenshot it, within 5% of a ZL1 1LE with having the touring package, the comfort of mag ride. Now, I'm going to say this, even my 4th gen Camaro, I never knew, even though that the Alpha chassis is way stiffer than my 4th gen, I never knew how much the mag ride numbed out the ride. Because even in my 4th gen, it is very direct and connect, and I could feel every nook and cranny in the road. It's a lot more communicative than the 6th gen by far. But nonetheless, they wanted to get a kit, something that is licensed official by GM, that will get you within 5%. Now, they did say within 5% of a ZL1 1LE. So is that 5% less? I'm thinking so. It's still nonetheless, I mean, it's cool. And if you're going to do it, like I said, I guarantee you that this is going to fit way better. It's going to last way longer, and it's going to probably help the resale of the vehicle because it's an official product licensed by GM. So, that getting into the cost, they just dropped the cost today. So that's why I decided to make a video on this. So let's get in here. Boom. I'll add it back in, and the cost, God, I hope you're sitting down. They even say it right here, it ain't cheap. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is because, you know, there's a lot of time and effort behind making these, and they probably know that they're not going to be selling a bunch of them. Pricing for the new ZL1 Carbon Performance Package, $17,495 without the optional Tech Bronze wheels. Now, I would say $21,375 with the wheels, and that's about right because when I went to go, well, you know, my dealer hooked me up because I had to wait. They hooked me up with a set of rear wheels, but the rear wheels were $1,000 each. So I'm going to say that this is, you know, right in par with just buying wheels off of the, you know, just over the counter through the parts department. That's really going to be but you're going to get that Tech Bronze. I'm assuming it's going to be a C8 color downgraded into the ZL1 to kind of signify that it is some kind of special package. But nonetheless, over the regular ZL1, provides a 361% increase at 155. Now, I did a video on the ZL1 1LE rear wing and the exponential curve, you know, the graph, the curve. I broke it all down. I want to say that the wing on the ZL1 and everything, it was like 100 and some pounds. I don't know. You can go back and watch that video. But 361% increase, that's cool. I mean, nonetheless, I just like that wicker bill style wing better. I just think it looks a lot better. The hood, let's see here if we can get a. It looks like the hood. I can't find it. Let me see if the other. There it is. Let's do this tab here. If you can't, I don't know if you can see with my mouse, but they made it a one-piece deal. It's pretty cool. It reminds me of the ZR1, the C8 ZR1. It reminds me of that gurney flap out front or whatever they call it, right above the hood to create like a airfoil. That is going to help as far as vacuum pulling heat extracting out of the the engine bay. But I'm still going to stick with and stand by if you're doing 150 miles an hour, because that's where I had all my problems was the car doing 150 miles an hour. You crest the hill, come down the hill. There's such a large amount of volume of air going into the engine bay. It got trapped. The hood starts fluttering. Front end starts shaking. But I will say that the moment I got the canards on and did that ZL1 when I leave conversion kit, all that went away. So is this going to help? Yeah. How much? I don't think it's going to help a ton, but something's better than nothing. And for the people that are collectors or whatever, so what is it going to come with? It's going to come with the carbon fiber rocker extensions, the skirts, that they do also have the winglets out by the rear quarters, which, I think pretty much those winglets are just going to create like an air curtain, moving air out and around the rear quarters of the car. And it's going to have that wicker style duck bill wing. I don't know why I can't talk today. I'm sorry. And it's going to come with the carbon fiber front end caps on the splitter. And that is going to be kind of like a canard. It's going to move the air, out to the bumper and then out, and it's going to push the air out around the front of the car. I think that the fact that the simple, that the car is gone, it's discontinued, it's in the past, but they're still improving on the platform. That is what I appreciate. I have never seen GM do this for the Camaro ever. So good on GM. 17,000. Is it a lot? Yes. Do I think it's going to be worth it? To some. I mean, I guarantee you it's going to fit good. It will perform. So you're going to get ZL1 1LE performance, at higher speeds, and you're still going to get the ZL1 comfort and looks. So win-win. Good job, GM. See, I'm not a all Debbie Downer on GM. When they do good, I think that they deserve praise. And this one, I think they killed it. Please more. I know that this kit will be available. They said it's coming in the 2026 catalog, so I think it's going to be available here soon. Whether they're going to make this a limited quantity run, who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's probably going to be like everything else. They're going to say it's a limited quantity run, and then they're going to make as many as they can sell. I do know that, R&D team, having a dedicated team designing, all the hours and everything. I know that even I think I got it pulled up here. I can find it. But I did. The only wind tunnel that I know that is available to the public to rent is one in Mooresville, North Carolina. And it's A2. If you just Google it, but you can see it's like $600 to $800 per hour to rent. So, who knows how many hours. I mean, you take the total time and everything. This stuff, it's not cheap. It's crazy amount of resources to make this stuff. But I'm so thankful that GM's doing it, because they could have just, they say the car left in 2024, but there was never even a car made in 2024. They killed it in December of 23. So, I mean, the car's been gone over 2 years, and they've just now come out with more parts for it. That's cool. And I hope this is a theme that they keep up, because that's kind of been one of GM's downfalls or pitfalls, as far as I'm concerned, is when you own a car, as soon as they, call the last year of that generation 10 years, and then you can't get it. It's aftermarket only or nothing. You know what I mean? Because some of the stuff you find in scrapyards or whatever, even if it's low mile car, some of the stuff like electronics, you don't want to. I mean, you're better off to go with the aftermarket stuff. So, yeah, keep it up, GM. That's all I got today. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video on your way out. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, have a good day. We'll see you.